What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday. I hope everybody out there is happy and healthy. So let's go ahead and get down on this video. And the first thing I want to tackle is this situation that went down between M.I.A. and Kid Cudi. So for those of you who don't know, M.I.A. is a British rapper, and I happen to like one song that she put out back in 2007 called Paper Planes. But other than that, I don't know any of her other songs. But anyway, while on tour, she decided to go on a political rant mid-set, and it really pissed a lot of the people off that was in the crowd.
Alright, I'm illegal. Half of my team are not here because they didn't get the visa. Okay, I want you to know that. Alright, so don't listen to what the bots say on the internet. Okay? Once you are there, you always we should be above politics.
Now, according to the people that attended that specific concert, M.I.A. went on to say that she was a brown Republican, and then she ended up getting booed. So Kid Cudi very swiftly booted her from the tour, and this is what he had to say. M.I.A. is no longer on the tour. I told my management to send a notice to her team before we started the tour that I didn't want anything offensive at my shows because I already knew what time it was, and I was assured things were understood. After the last couple of shows, I've been flooded with messages from fans that were upset by her rants. This to me is very disappointing, and I won't have someone on my tour making offensive remarks that upsets my fan base. Thank you for understanding. Now, M.I.A. did respond, and she said, I wrote Illegal on the M.I.A. LP, a song from 2010. I started this intro to the song with the statement saying I'm illegal, and I said my team hasn't gotten visas yet. Then played a song that had lyrics saying F the law, which I still believe. If the law is unjust, F it. Don't gaslight my words, that is the work of Satan. I wrote Borders and Illegal and Paper Planes before you thought immigrant rights were cool. I've had these battles by myself without the help of millions of fans backing me. I don't need this virtue signal error to all of a sudden erase an entire life I've led. Jesus was an immigrant and a rebel. I have no apology for the judgmental, the wicked, and the ignorant, for those are spirits that we must overcome in our lives and in this world. Jesus returns to lead the world justly because there is injustice in this world. I'm proud of those who fight for it every day. God bless you. Go listen to MI7. Then a critic jumped in M.I.A.'s comments and said, and then you endorsed Trump. And then she responded and said, don't be an agent of division. I can't vote in the US and 48% of the Latin community voted for Trump. So are you going to hate them all? We must unite to make this country that everyone wants to live in a better place. If you are easily led by a rumor, then you don't see the light for yourself. I pray for your awakening. Now, back on August 23rd, 2024, M.I.A. kind of predicted that Trump was going to win the presidency because she said, Trump is going to ride America through the most challenging 4 years coming, pulling out weed, and RFK will inherit America when God is ready to replant and rebuild it righteously. And so a lot of people are calling her out, and she's just saying that she has the gift of discernment, and people are just mad at her for predicting the truth. Now, me personally, I don't think that Kid Cudi really gives a damn about M.I.A.'s political stance because he knew what she was about before he even asked her to be on the tour, and he said that in his statement. So I don't know why would you ask her, because M.I.A. has always been outspoken, right? Now, even though M.I.A. is now kicked off the tour, you still have a Trump supporter that you're on tour with, and that's Big Boy, because Big Boy is on tour with Kid Cudi as well, right? But he's not going to voice his political stance on stage. So there's a difference, right? Now, while we're talking about Big Boy, let's just keep it in the Dungeon family, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but Killer Mike got roasted for saying this online just a couple of days ago.
Hey, what's up? Onyx Impact, Black Male Initiative. This is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render. 1965 Voters' Rights Act just got gutted. They gutted it. They literally eviscerated it, and it's now trying to make it easier, or allowed it to be easier, for states to redraw district lines to annex those most in need out. This is not just black people and African Americans. This is poor people. So based on where you are, the more poor people, they can chop you up. They can make sure you aren't voting on the behalf of the poor and the interest. They can make sure that It affects your schools. They can make sure it affects your jobs. They can make sure it affects every part of your life. So right now, you need to be putting pressure on our local politicians and local municipalities not to do this. We need to be putting pressure to make sure that those like you and like your neighbors still have the ability to exercise the full constitutional rights of voting, and it being effectively not eviscerated and us being taken back to Jim Crow. So we're going to start the largest voter initiative possible this fall. We're going to get people out to the polls. We're going to beat up those midterms, and going forward, we're going to do more than just march and protest. We're going to go to the polls. We're going to change the people who are in office. We're going to get those laws back changed in the favor of the people. This is Michael Render. Stay tuned. We're going to do something plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize big next.
Now, as you can expect, they ate him alive in the comments, man. I'm talking about, they were saying he was the reason why Stacey Abrams got railroaded. They talked about how he went against Kamala and things of that nature. They were also comparing him to Van Jones, saying that they're not listening to him anymore. They also talked about the fact that he guided young people to actually endorse Trump. It was just a mess in the comments, y'all. They gave him the business. And even D.L. Hughley was in the comments saying, wow, the vibe shift. They even provided pictures that Killer Mike took with Governor Kemp. We know what type of individual Governor Kemp has been down in Georgia. And so in a nutshell, people are just disrespectfully telling Killer Mike to go to hell. But anyway, let's move on and talk about the Stefon Diggs trial. So you guys know that Stephon Diggs had a chef that accused him of putting paws on her and things of that nature. Well, they were in court on yesterday. And when I looked at this woman on the stand and her inability to answer the questions effectively, and it seems as though that she was playing Ring Around the Rosie. I believe that's the name of it from back in the days, but whatever, it is what it is today. But anyway, she was being very evasive, ducking and dodging questions, trying to trip up the defense, and it really got on the judge's nerves. It was getting on the lawyers' nerves that were defending Stephon, and she did reveal one thing, and she revealed the fact that her and Stephon were actually sleeping together. And so when she revealed that, it all comes together now. This woman is scorned, very scorned. So I want you guys to check out these couple of clips and then I'll be back.
Yes, that's right. That's Mila Adams dancing, having a good time just a couple days after she supposedly got slapped and strangled by Stephon Diggs. The fact that the state brought her case against Stephon Diggs is outrageous. Everyone was sick of her in that courtroom. The judge, the defense attorney, the prosecutor. Watch the judge in this clip. She is so sick of her just giving narratives without answering questions. And she has to keep telling her to stop, and then she rolls her eyes at her.
It's not an opportunity for you just to vent with your story. You told other.
And oh boy, was the defense attorney sick of her shit. Listen to this.
This is a yes or no question. See if you can try it. Did all of the bedrooms in that house have different key codes on them?
Yes, that he controlled.
She couldn't.
So you can.
What do you mean?
And after Stephon supposedly slapped her and choked her and made her pee herself, guess what she did before she left the house? She gave him something.
And I was leaving out. By the time I saw him, I was handing over birthday gifts to him.
Birthday gifts, too?
So when you said you're handing out birthday gifts, who were you handing out birthday
To
gifts?
him.
This is a gift that you had already purchased, or?
Yes, I normally give him a birthday gift every year.
Stephon.
When's his birthday?
November
Stephon
28th.
And you better believe she dropped Cardi B's name a couple times when she was never asked about it.
Me
Listen to the
reporting
name drop.
anything outside of why he got upset, I didn't feel the need to put it. I was scared of how it would be received by the public. He's in a very public relationship with Cardi B.
She had to drop Cardi B.
So
Here is her the day after she supposedly got slapped in the face, the right cheek, and struck in the neck. The day after. No bruises, no redness, nothing. Pretty much everything that she testified to, she was absolutely lying about it. It was so bad. I know it won't happen, but this is a case where when the state rests, the defense should make a motion for a directed verdict and the case should get dismissed. It's that bad.
How would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Diggs?
I would say it's complicated. It started out as friends. We met, it started out as friends, became, and we would meet up, hang out, and we decided I would come work for him like February of 2025.
And it turned out, Miss Adams, you had gotten paid for 2 of the 3 weeks that you said you hadn't gotten paid for, right?
This is missing a whole lot of stuff.
The yes or no question.
I can't answer your question correctly without the proper evidence.
Your Honor, may I approach? Do you recognize this document as text exchanges between you and Sonny?
Yes.
Dated December 9, 2025?
Yes.
And you're the person in the bubbles on the left?
Yes.
And you write to Sonny, hey, so I looked over my transfers, payment history, and they sent payments, 11/7 and 11/21, totaling $4,000. See that?
Yes.
So you knew that you had actually been paid for 2 of those 3 weeks that you tried to get paid for again, right?
What's your name? I never got your name.
Did you know that
I don't
you
know.
had
I
been
was trying to address you by your name because I'm not this. I don't know.
All right, so you guys just saw and heard all of that. This woman is lying, and she's lying to the 10th power. Listen, I don't know. In her rabbit ass mind, she thought that she had something with Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs isn't even committed to Cardi B fully. What makes you think that he's gonna be with you and solely you? Maybe she thought that they had something going on. It's clearly some jealousy going on there. Stefon is hitting everything that's moving that he wants to hit. You know what I'm saying? Basically. And I don't know if she thought that she was the prize, and then when she found out that clearly she wasn't the prize, she got jealous. And so she lied about being paid. Stefon brought those receipts to the courts, and then she couldn't even answer the questions. And so it's very clear to me that she's just trying to destroy Stefon Diggs' reputation. And it probably would just give her the most satisfaction if he wasn't able to get a job in the NFL again, because in her mind, she wants Stefon to feel the same pain that she felt when he told her to leave and he severed ties with her. But anyway, let's move along, and I want to talk about this news regarding Usher and Diddy because it's being reported exclusively by RadarOnline.com that Usher and Diddy are cooking up a comeback tour in 2028 when Diddy's released, okay? And so they're saying that the plans are not definite yet, but they're saying that Usher is being cautious because he doesn't want to do anything to ruin his reputation. But there are plans that are being talked about behind the scenes in regards to Usher and Diddy actually doing a comeback tour for Diddy in 2028. And a lot of people are upset because they're saying that this will sully Usher's reputation associating with, you know, Diddy like that in that manner. He already came out and defended Diddy, so to speak, earlier this year, saying that he had nothing bad to say about Diddy. He respects what Diddy has done for him as it pertains to elevating his music career and teaching him the business side of things. But anyway, we'll just have to see how all of this shakes out. For now, I'm going to draw the line here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about all of this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll check you guys out later. Have a beautiful day.